Hey, it's Colleen with Rope and Resellers. I'm here for another sales update of what I sold December 24th through the 30th, 2018. Okay, so this is going to be quick, short, and I only sold 10 things and fairly grim. I feel as though it was a week of everybody looking for a bargain. I didn't sell anything over $25 and nothing made me more than $18 a sale. So, you know, you do the math. Not a lot of money. Anyway, interesting nonetheless. Vintage Pan Am toy. This I found it in the estate sale. It sold $9.99. I collected $13.17. It cost me $2 at the estate sale. Obviously, I thought that it would be worth more, but it wasn't. $4.93 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $6.24, and it took 2.5 months to sell. Here's a vintage metal milk bottle collector. So back in the day when you would get milk, you would have this galvanized, somewhat insulated box, and they would take your empties and put new ones in. When I lived in New Zealand, they still had milk delivery, which was kind of awesome. And so I actually knew what this was when I saw it. $19.99 is what it sold for. I collected $43.96. It did cost quite a bit to ship. $5.50 is what I paid for it. I bought it at an auction. $30.17 in shipping and fees. Total profit $8.29, and it took 3 months to sell. This is I had 2 people come to my house and say, "Oh my gosh, get that out of your house. It's bad luck. You're not supposed to have lava from Hawaii," because I can't remember what the name of the god was, but somebody would be mad. And so I was like, well, but it's worth $15, so I'm just going to sell it. And I did. 1804 is what I collected. I didn't spend any money on this, so our farm in eastern Montana next door was a hoarder, and I picked through some of the stuff because he would go to the auction every week and get the Dollar Man lot. I didn't get very much out of it because most of it was trashed. As you can well imagine, the Dollar Man lot does not usually have a lot of value in it. That's why it only goes for $1. But this was something that I found in one of the boxes that he had on the property. And so, long story short, it didn't cost me anything. $5.39 in shipping and fees. $12.65 is what the total profit for me was, and it took 2 months to sell, and the volcano god is going to be happy that it's out of my house, and so are my friends. Jan Brett picture books. These were out of my kids' closet, so they're pretty classic. My kids always enjoyed them anyway. The lot sold for $9.99. I collected $13.16. I didn't spend any money. $5.43 shipping and fees. Total profit $7.73. It took 5 months to sell. Here is a down alternative pillow. My other business is sewing for designers, and the designers that I sew for do not want down alternative. They want actual down. So I managed to buy way too many of these things because it was cheaper to have them shipped. And they also didn't like this size. They like a larger size. I'm just trying to clear them out because they take up a lot of volume, as you can well imagine. I probably have, I'm embarrassed to say, I probably have about 40 pillows of various sizes, inserts, and so I am trying to sell these off. My intention was never to make money on these. It was purely just to get rid of them. They are quite large, and I did do free shipping, so it's going to take some tweaking. Anyway, so $17.99 is what it sold for. It cost me $7.45. $9.37 is what I collected, so I made $1.17, and it took 2 months. Now, these have to go priority. I was able to get this size in particular into a padded flat rate. I'm not sure how they liked receiving an 18 by 18 insert on the other end in a padded flat rate, but otherwise the shipping was going to be like $12 or $10 because it went to the East Coast. So I do sort of have to be a little bit careful about how I ship these as well, but I guess my goal is to get rid of them. Here is a vintage trivet. It said the Old Red Barn. Someone had asked me about this earlier, and I changed the shipping on it because they thought the shipping was really high, so I actually lowered the shipping a little bit, and it finally sold. $9.99 is what it sold for. I collected $18.14. I spent $2 on this at a thrift store. $10.40 in shipping and fees. Total profit $5.74. Ouch, it took 11 months to sell. None of these things made me much money. A vintage cocktail shaker. This feels so much better and such better quality than the stuff that you buy in, you know, like Pottery Barn and those kinds of stores. I feel like the quality is just so much better on these vintage ones. You can just immediately tell when you pick it up, it's so much heavier. Anyway, it sold for $24.99. I collected $29.93. I spent $3 on this at an estate sale. $8.85 shipping and fees. Total profit $18.08. It took 3 months to sell. This is Interpurd something Jardinera dinner knife. It's just a vintage stainless steel. You can tell by the flowers, but then it also says Japan right there. That was hard to read. Anyway, it sold for $5.99. I collected $8.65. Cost me about 10 cents because I buy big bags of these things at estate sales. $4 shipping and fees for a total profit of $4.55, but it took 2.5 years to sell. Here is a really cool Western hand-tooled leather. If it were in better shape, this one was getting pretty dried out. Had some rough spots, and I did disclose that. I did say that there's a lot of wear and tear on this, but and then on the outside, let's see. So you can see this is whole. Obviously, this is the side that they had next to their pocket because it's pretty worn out. You can see right here it's torn on the side. So it sold for $9.99. It probably would have been, some of these can go for good money. You should look them up, hand-tooled leather wallets. Collected $12.78. I spent $2 on this at an estate sale. $4.50 shipping and fees. Total profit $6.28. It took 8 months to sell. And the last thing I sold was some of the last. This is definitely the last section of track. I think I have some other like connectors or something left. This sold for $24.99. I think I sold it to the same guy who bought the other set because he left me a review that was like, these are a great deal. So anyway, $35.28 is what I collected. I spent $9. I bought a big bin of train stuff. I've sold almost everything. I have just a tiny bit left. So this is, I would say this is a win. If you can buy a tub of vintage train stuff, this was the HO size and it's unopened. Atlas is a good brand. Go for it. Even if, like I spent $55 on this, not knowing whether I was going to make money, but I've made plenty of money on it. $14.53 shipping and fees. Total profit $11.75, and it took 3 months to sell. Okay, looking at the numbers, I told you they were grim. This is the last week of December. I didn't sell anything on the 30th or the 31st, so this is actually the end of my month as well. $148.90 is what everything sold for. I collected $211.10. I know. $31.05, mostly because that pillow form. $97.57 shipping and fees. Total profit for the week is under $100 at $82.48, and Amazon was also grim, $20.65. Total profit for the week was $103.13. So not a super strong end of Q4. So grim, but it was a holiday. I've been busy with family stuff, as everyone else has. I have a million excuses. I didn't list anything. I had family in town. It's just, that's what happens during the holiday. No one's shopping, everybody's having family time. People are on vacation or they're at grandma's house or whatever, so it's totally fine. One great thing that did happen to me over the week was that the person who bought the bunny rabbit, that really cool, expensive bunny rabbit, sent me a picture. So here it is. Okay, so here is my bunny. Now he is a she. And she has lots of companions. They make a cute family, and that was really nice. And I'm really delighted that it has a nice home and that she had been waiting around for it for a while. She had a lot of questions to ask me about it. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot to tell her except for what research I found, but yeah, so that was kind of a fun part of my week. You know, when you get that sinking feeling and you get the message from eBay and it's not the cha-ching, it's the other one. And you're thinking, okay, now someone, and then you see it's the bunny rabbit and it's like one of the most expensive things you sold over the holiday and you're thinking, oh my God, now they want to return it. But instead you open it up and you have this fabulous picture. It just, that's why I love selling on eBay, because I found a home for that bunny rabbit and they're delighted and they shared it with me and it didn't get returned. So anyway, I hope you guys had a great New Year's. I know it's past New Year's. I know this is a little bit late. I don't think I'm gonna get to my pattern video this week just because I'm trying to get caught up on what I sold on eBay. And I really want to do quality video for you guys, so I am going to do a what sold video on my normal Monday, and then next week I'll try to put out the video on modern patterns and what they're worth, and then I have a couple other ideas. But if you guys have any ideas, things that you want to see, I'm gonna redo my spreadsheet, so that's gonna look a little bit different on the new year because my husband has finally enlightened me on how I should be keeping track of my paperwork for taxes to make it easier for him. So I've changed a couple columns in my eBay spreadsheet, and I hope that you guys have a great Q1. There's still great sales out there. Don't forget, people are gonna have tax returns, so list all the stuff that you have sitting around. It's not making you any money, and get to work. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.